Man, I'm so tired, bro. I could just fall asleep right now. Just had a, pretty good birthday last night. Didn't get home till about like 1 a.m. And talking about this album doesn't make it any better, but this Metro Boomin Heroes and Villains album. Why did I even listen to this? Like I must be bored or something. I must have been really bored. Yeah, really bored, I guess. Not that many good things to say about this album. I don't know, maybe I was just clamoring for something new in my head to listen to. I don't ever think to myself to check out Metro Boomin. I just know he was dropping an album. Obviously, I know who he is. He was very a big part of 21 Savage come up. He worked with the likes of, Young Thug, Gunna, Travis Scott, Future, Don Toliver, like all the top, mainstream level artists, and that's the problem that I have with this album. Do you know one of those hitting games when you was younger and you had to like use a mallet to like hit the animals that keep popping up? You got to hit it real fast before it goes down. That's how I feel about this album. Like the same people just keep popping out and you just gotta hit them as quickly so you don't have to see them again, but you actually keep playing in hopes that you actually score. That's like me keep listening to an album like this in hopes of coming across new features, new collaborations, a whole new dynamic that I've never heard before in this album. Or like when you doing like a NBA draft on like NBA 2K or something, and you get all of the worst players instead of the best players that you want.
Look at this shit.
Like, that's what this album was. Like, I got everything that I did not need. I got everything that I did not want. Why wasn't there more? Why didn't feel more to this album in terms of features? Like, are these the only artists that we got in this world? Like, are you serious? Hold on. Let me try and get my composure. This album was nothing but dog water. It was like, I want to say for like 2/3 of the album, it felt like I was just hearing the same thing. I mean, I don't understand how someone of a caliber or status as Metro Boomin can be so limited in the people that he worked with, the people that he choose to work with. It's like, I can never think of Metro Boomin as just the producer. I gotta tie Metro Boomin to someone like 21 Savage. He is synonymous to the same 3 to 5 artists that I could just think off the top of my head, or that you can just listen to on this album and you will know what I'm talking about. For example, a perfect example, this is perfect. Filthy, the producer Filthy, he was on the Drake album. That blew my mind. I did not expect for him to be on that album. That was a great placement for him. Even his production, that was a great beat, produced by him. And yeah, man, that just shows, he scratched the surface in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't have to just see him as someone that just works with Cardi all the time. And I'm not saying Metro has never worked with no one else before. I feel like that'd be dumb to think. But once again, I don't listen to Metro Boomin, you know what I'm saying? But I just know in the back of my mind, like, he has worked with some different people. I'm pretty sure he has. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that this is all he can amount to. That's not what I'm saying. Before an album, you should be able to showcase the versatility in who you work with. This is your album. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should really show out in the people you work with. Like, that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? For album purposes. You know what I'm saying? It should not be the same 3 to 5 people on damn near every song. We already know what Young Thug and Future can do on a track. We already know. John Legend, that was interesting. It was the first track. We got The Weeknd, which I feel like was the saving point of this whole album for me. The song Creepin' with The Weeknd and 21 Savage. I actually enjoyed that song. I love the sample. I love how they use the sample. I love how 21 and The Weeknd work together. You know what I'm saying? I love 21's, little part at the end to, close things out with The Weeknd. Like, their dynamic was good. It was something new, it was different, it was fresh on the album. They both did a really good job composing this song together. They feel like a one, they felt like a unit, you know. Even towards the end, it kind of felt like The Weeknd, you know, gave 21 Savage an alley hoop, you know, to close things out. It was a nice workflow to hear between these two, you know what I'm saying? But just to get to that point, like, I had to go through 9 other tracks just to even reach the peak of this album. But besides all that, I kind of find it interesting how he used some of the features as, you know, have like this cameo presence in some of the songs. Like Chris Brown, you know, you expect him to go all out, you expect him to have this 1 minute verse, but not like he gave him a very short and sweet, you know what I'm saying, section of him alone, you know, to close out that song. You know, I kind of find those moments interesting. You know, it was different. I thought that would be like the reoccurring thing of how he uses his features in these songs. I ain't gonna lie to you, these beats were just trash on here. Like, what was he cooking up? Like, I really didn't understand the beat selection in a lot of these songs. Like, they just sound like a bunch of sounds like just mashed together, like randomly. Not thrown randomly, but the different use of instrumentation or whatever sounds they use, it just didn't sound coordinated. It didn't sound like, yeah, I guess I'll say thrown together. Yeah, thrown together. Yes, that's all I can. That's the best I can put it. I'm sorry, thrown together. Exactly what it was. Just some artists I can probably think of. You know, I probably would like to hear Baby Keem, you know, what it would be like if Metro Boomin and Baby Keem would have come up with something together. Maybe even Polo G, or how about someone like Glorilla? Like, you know, she's new, she's popping. You know, I feel like this would be a great opportunity to get her on a placement like a Metro Boomin type album with all these top artists. Like, I don't understand. Like, there's no excuse. There's so many artists out there that deserves this opportunity. Like, there's no excuse. I'm gonna give this a 4. I'm gonna give this album a 4. It's definitely below average. Yeah, but this cover art, you know, it's pretty cool. You know, that's pretty much all the good things I have to say about this album. Is just the cover art right here. Unfortunately, you have to be in conjunction to this album. This album didn't do this cover art justice. So yeah, man, that's my thoughts and opinions, man. If you enjoyed this video, you know, if you like what I said, you know what I'm saying, or you disagree, you know, put those comments in the comment section, and give us a thumbs up, you know what I'm saying, and make sure you share the video, subscribe, put on those notifications on, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We passed 100 subscribers, and yeah, man, road to 200. See y'all in the next video. Peace.